little second.
You cut your hair after I grew out mine. You needed change, and I needed some waiting time. I'd love again if the end was on display. The pages lined with beautiful words, and I silent way. But everything kept growing, and everyone kept changing, and I'm the only one left in time. Blow out the candles, wipe the dirt from your face. Our days were always numbered. I guess you can think of it that way. Pick and choose what you're longing to be. I'm not destined for greatness. Now what am I to believe? 'Cause everyone kept growing, and everything kept changing, and I'm the only one left in time. Am I just a face you're willing to give away? I know I did everything I could. I am wide awake. You're what I need today. I'm bound to you. Forgiveness waits. Cause everything kept growing, and everyone kept changing, and I'm the only one left in time.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna switch guitars for a second. Let's see. Thank you. I've been on a bedazzle rampage lately. My bedazzled harmonica rack. I went to the Taylor Swift concert, and I had to bedazzle my whole outfit, of course, and then I had a bunch of extra rhinestones, and it's been everywhere, everything. I'm sure I would start bedazzling the remote at a point. using the famous Charles Bryant guitar. I love that guy. I love opening for that guy. Even if I get to hear it all the time, all day. Oh gosh. He put new strings on it, so we're gonna have a little tuning fiasco all night between me and him. You're gonna see it. A lot of tuning. Oh gosh. Get that D.
Did you mold me out of clay? Or let me take the bite? Losing all hope.
Okay, this guitar's being weird. I'm sorry. I don't like to do that. I think I'm just gonna tune my guitar. We're switching back. Oh gosh. He made the soundboard, and which is great. But I don't know how to work it. So I'll tune real fast, but I don't want that to sound bad. For y'all's sake.
You're all good, girl. No worries.
Oh.
No rush. We're here all night.
Oh yeah, I know. Till 11. Come on.
Sounds amazing anyway.
I'm not gonna give you a super out of tune song, just a mildly out of tune song. Okay, there we go. That's better for my own ears.
Did you mold me out of clay? Or let me take the bite? Losing all hope. For mankind, did you carve me from the stone? Let me run until I sink. Did you see me as your own? Until it was too late. I brought out the light, the darkness betrays something different. How you care for me the same. see myself in you. Unable to change the glare, afraid from the source. Would you even know if it was there? You brought out the light, the darkness betrays something different. I care for you the same. Believe malevolence transpire ignorance. Tell me you like to be addicted to the sound. You are righteous, self-indicted. Burn us all to the ground. And I don't need a savior. No, I don't need a savior. No, I don't need a savior. No, I don't need a savior.
Thank you. That was still a little out of tune, but I could handle it, so. If I can sing in tune, I can play out of tune. It's like, you know, a balance. This next one is a murder story song. Yeah, everyone loves those so much. I love them so much. It was my first attempt to write one, and I find it like very hard to write a murder song that's just like, you know, classic, maybe like a classic American murder song. It was really hard. So I made it Greek. So it's a Greek murder song. It's based on a myth. I don't know if any myth nerds out there, but it's based on the myth of Adriadne. Don't know if anyone that knows. And her sister Phaedra, and that's the title of the song, Phaedra, which I figured out how to spell that. So yeah.
Life was set bound for me, the compromise of uncertainty, the treasure for his useless price. As I sailed away, depending on my neck, displayed the last of me that was all mine. Our eyes locked quietly under sighs of desperate pleas. I knew I had to take back the time. Hold on a minute longer, for I cannot take it anymore. My life has begun to waste once more. Once more. Every room was set in magnificent design, the facade already left, every breath intertwined. For limitless rage, my guilt seeped through. Empty days lie settled, the praise of youth, the praise of you. Hold on a minute longer, for I cannot take anymore. My life has begun to waste once more. Once more. As I curse out your name to the sea and the sky, could I love a person who I've given my life? The fates in which we dealt vilify. My plan was set for evening, my only escape. I poured it into his glass, an anxious weight. As I cheered for my freedom, I began to choke. The air that brought me solace seethed with every gulp. Deceived my own chance, my own mind, the alone death that aligned. Hold on a minute longer, for I cannot take it anymore. My life has begun to waste once more. Once more.
Thank you. My sister's here. If you hear any extra loud yelling, it's her.
It's a somber evening prayer. There's soot on my lips. If I don't forget it now, I'll never forgive. I'm down on 2 strikes, 3rd one and I quit. Choose your silence carefully. I want to win. You're willing to change your first name. You're willing to forget about the plans we made. I painted say you held the hand of God, changed your life. Be satisfied, it's gone. It's not in strife. You're willing to love, just not with me. You're willing to pick up the pieces that cut your own feet. You're willing to admit you never were mine. So why should I care if you Sunset Thursday, UFO sighting, talking in the rear view, reciting 17 missed calls, running away. I can't feel this way. I'm willing to hate you if you don't kill me. I'm willing to be crucified if you let me. I'm willing to heal you from anything. I'm willing to say you loved me. You loved me. You loved me.
Oh my god. Hi. This is my last song of the night before Charles Bryant, the man himself, comes out and does his thing. Thank you guys for having me, always. Thank Oh, yeah.
Crashing waves, the same as before, where Moses lay his staff through subtle storms. Cerebral thoughts, I long to run, sacrifice, new hope and grief that lingers on. One more laugh, a new goodbye. First bargaining with youth. Is contentment still acceptance? If yearning lives within you, a simple hello to a kiss farewell. Time changes ever so well. No answers, familiar lands, torn down cities, stories that enchant, am I all fiction? Except what you see. A reminder of who I need, I need, I need, I need, I need, I need,
Thank you. Thank you.
We haven't, no, and seriously, Linda, we have not played a show. The last show her and I played together was on this stage, March of 2020. There was I was getting ready to release Unrequited the next month at Kenny's place. And this was, I guess, March 3rd or something like that. And there was a ship in the Pacific off the coast of California. I think they had 9 patients, a cruise ship with, it wasn't called COVID, it was called coronavirus. And that was March of 20, almost 4 years. So,
Yeah, but you made her.
no. That's Kathy's doing. I had a good friend passed away a couple weeks ago. I was really looking forward to him being here tonight. His name's David McGill. He was an Irishman, and man, you're talking about a irreplaceable. Everybody's irreplaceable, I know, but there's just some people. They're just one-offs, and David was a one-off. Nobody like him. And I had learned this song 2 or 3 years ago after I heard the great Garth Morlix play it. And it's a Scotch-Irish song written, I think, in the 1600s. If you look up Garth on YouTube, he'll go into the history of it. But I was just really thought it was beautiful, so I learned it. And then I was thinking tonight, I thought, I'm going to see if I can dust that one off for David. And so this goes out to David and my dad, who I also lost last year. And I'm kind of rusty, guy, so please forgive me, and I'll make it up to you if I botch too many things. But this is called The Parting Glass. For all the money that I had, well, I spent it in good company. For all the harm that I'd done, well, at last it was unto none but me. And for all I did for want of which the memory now I can't recall. So pour for me my parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. For all the friends that ever I had, they are sorry for my going away. For all the sweethearts that ever I loved, they would wish for me one more day to stay. But since it falls into my lot that I should leave, but you should not, I will gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. So fill for me my parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. 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 Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Garth Morlix, for putting that out in the world. I don't know. I'm making it so hard on myself. I picked another one that I had. I don't think I've played this one in 10 years, but I just. You think I'm getting feedback from this one, Joel? Maybe because is this one hot? It might be my. Am I getting too close? You reckon? Oh, you know, I can. Okay. This is called. I had to look up the title of this, and this is called "I Need You." It's off the Alone CD, which is out of print. So none of you guys have ever heard this, except for maybe Kenny. Now, Deb, you've heard it. Deb and Glenn's heard it. Yeah, it's a prayer song. Went to church yesterday morning. First time I'd been since who knows when. I don't know, I keep returning, but I know that I'll be back again. 'Cause I need you more than a desert needs rain, and I want you more than words could have said. I'm so thankful for this life that I've been given, but this loneliness is more than I can take. And my mama sang Jesus loves his little children, said you loved us all red, yellow, black, and white. But all I see is suffering and heartbreak, and everything and everyone just dies. I guess I should pull myself together. Probably some prescription I could take. Take away these fears and make me happy. Take away this loneliness and pain. Oh, I need you more than a desert needs rain, and I want you more than words could ever say. I'm so thankful for this life that I've been given, but this loneliness is more than I can take. Oh, my mama sang Jesus loves the little children, said you loved us all red, yellow, black, and white. But all I see is suffering and heartbreak, and everything and everyone just dies. say, I'm so thankful for this life that I've been given. But Lord, this loneliness is more than I can take. My mama sang, Jesus loves the little children. Said you loved us all, red, yellow, black, and white. But all I see is suffering and heartbreak. And everything and everyone just dies. 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 Went to church yesterday morning. Y'all gonna make me start drinking if you keep the.
Hey, if you wait 10 years to play that again, Kathy's going to whip your ass. Amen. I'm ready too. Play that one happy song that you have.
It's on the list. It's on the list. Emily's trying to get it out on Spotify, but she can't. I think she found it, but there's always a glitch anytime she tries to. Loretta, I love you so much. I'm so thankful you're here tonight.
I want to miss it for the world.
Me and Kenny have been so worried about you.
They never hurt you.
Kenny and I have been worried about you. I went to Andy's today and spent like $100 on food just to try to find you.
All that man asking for the damn phone number. I'm not worried more about you.
I didn't know it was going to be that expensive. Inflation. Kenny,
You wouldn't have paid for shit, okay?
Kenny ain't. I'm telling the truth. I showed Kenny the bill. It's great food. I just don't think I should ask prices. No, I ordered it by phone. Yeah.
You should have gotten me out of
Oh, darkness, she's my only friend. Been with me since I was a kid. I got 21 days till I get my fill. Got 14 friends lined up for me. Say one more drink might be the death of me. I know the line cause I done had 3. I ain't trying to stay, ain't trying to go. Just trying to find my way back home. Oh, you cry for me and I'll cry for you. Cause when we're done, when we're through, we're through. Light a candle, say a prayer. Just hope to God there's a God that cares. tried to leave 40 years ago. Couldn't pull the trigger, my hand went cold. I could hear Mama crying clear as a bell. And the preacher saying, son, you're gonna burn in hell. Cry for me and I'll cry for you. So when we're done, when we're through. Light a candle, say a prayer. Just hope to God there's a God that cares. Don't give a damn about fortune and fame. Can't take it when I rot my fucking grave. You can take your share, you can take mine too. Just a goodbye kiss, all I care from you. Oh, cry for me and I'll cry for you. When we're done, when we're through. Light a candle, say a prayer. Just hope to God there's a God that cares. Oh, you cry for me and I'll cry for you. When we're done, when we're through. Light a candle, say a prayer. Just hope to God there's a God that cares. Thank you. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming out tonight, making the trip out here. I sure appreciate it. Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Right? I got it on there. It scared me when I wrote it. It scared me when I wrote it. It's like stepping on a rake. When I wrote German Reaper, it scared me too. That was a weird one. That was so odd. This is a song, another one I kind of discarded. And then Audrey surprised me one night. Did I say how about a hand for Audrey? That was amazing, man. That was truly amazing. But she said somewhere that one of her favorite songs by me is a song called "The Big Lie" off of Sandcastles. And I always thought, I know this is going to sound ironic, but I always thought that was too dark. It's a little bit too dark. There's dark and then there's modeling, and there's a fine line there. I learned my lesson about modeling when Kathy and I went to an Amway meeting one time. And they found that I wrote songs. And should I put my mouth closer? Is everything okay? Okay. So they found that I wrote songs, and somebody broke out a guitar. Now, this is an Amway meeting, man. This is all about, and if you're in Amway, this is not meant to be, it's just the juxtaposition of my music at Amway. It's like my dad would have said, that's like a turd in a punch bowl, you know? So my friend Jeff Ginn had been killed. He was a police officer. He was assassinated, really, in Pasadena. I don't know if any of you remember that. And I wrote a song for him, and obviously it's a very sad song. But man, everybody started belly laughing. And I really took offense to it, like, golly, you know. But then I realized, like, if you watch Chris Farley, you know, when you're doing modeling stuff, so I learned a valuable lesson there. So when I write, I try not to cross the modeling line, but that's a subjective thing. And for some people, everything I write is modeling. So, but this one is especially potentially modeling. This is called The Big Lie. I used to think I could be someone, from a cowboy to an astronaut, sail the oceans or fly a jet plane, or be whatever I dreamt of. And I went to school and I found out quickly, this world ain't for a dreaming boy. Grandpa's dying, people crazy, and Santa Claus don't bring you toys. So I grew up fast and I grew up angry, and I became what I despised, with a tongue of poison, a fist of fury, a heart of steel and blood in my eyes. Now here I am, I'm pushing 50, and I'm looking at my new grandson, and I'm wondering what it is I'll tell him when he is old enough to learn. But I'll just say, son, you can be anything that you want to, from a cowboy to an astronaut, sail the oceans or fly a jet plane, or be whatever you dream of. Sail the oceans or fly a jet plane, or be whatever be whatever you dream of. Be whatever you dream of. Lord, I'm tired of this world again, but I ain't sure how to bring me to an end. I don't want to hurt nobody, and I sure don't want to hurt you. And I mean you no disrespect, for it's a fool that bites the hand from which he's fed. But I've been sinking to the bottom for so long that I've forgotten how to live. So I guess that you could call this a prayer, or I guess that you could call it a plea. I just hope my desperation is the only explanation that you'll need. Lord, send me to heaven, or send me to hell. Just please send me someplace where I can get away from myself. Life's like going through a dead man's remains, while your cheeks are still tear-stained, and the vultures and false prophets pick your bones and line their pockets with your pain. You're trying to make some sense of it all, taking comfort that the mighty is full. But it's hard to get excited with a million more just lock them down the hall. So I guess that you could call this a prayer, or I guess that you could call it a plea. I just hope my desperation is the only explanation that you'll need. Lord, send me to heaven, or send me to hell. Just please send me someplace where I can get away from myself. Lord, send me to heaven, or send me to hell. Just please send me someplace where I can get away from myself. Just please send me someplace where I can get away from myself. Just please send me someplace where I can get away from myself. Thank you. I know I'm top heavy on sad songs, but my well, let me explain something to you. So my original pecking order was like 4 sad ones, and then I was going to switch gears, because I'm trying to put myself where you're at, and I'm like, I don't want to see this shit every song, you know. But then I thought I needed to do a tribute to David and my dad, and I needed to start the shows with that. So I'm going to play one more sad one, then I'll try to pick it up. So I got like 40 songs wrote down. It ain't the songs, it's the time. No, then there's so during I think it was during the early part of the pandemic. Kenny, when did I write another day? Kenny is my sounding board. When I write a song, I always bounce it off Kenny. Was it around the first of the pandemic, wasn't it? Another Day? About, so let me give you some backdrop on this. Was it a year earlier? It feels like it fits right into the pandemic, doesn't it? Yeah. So I was reading the paper, and there was this gentleman that kayaked from California all the way to Hawaii. And I thought, and it took him like 2 weeks, and I guess it was a plastic kayak. 2 weeks. And shark-infested waters. 2 months. That sounds even better. Do I have 3? So yeah, I was like, golly, that's amazing. And then like the same week, and I'm not making light of this, there were several, and I think the way this happened is when you climb Mount Everest, you go up one side of the hill and you come down the other side of the hill, and they got their signals crossed, because I think, Greg, you would know more than anybody, but I think one side's on Nepal, am I right? And you come down in Pasadena, whatever, and yeah, and they got their signals crossed, and they both started ascending at the same time, and it created this gridlock. Didn't any of y'all remember that happening like 4 years ago? And there was a small little trail. You can't get off the trail, and it was terrible, and several people froze. But the thing that really shocked me, beyond the sadness of that, somebody in the back of the line snapped a picture of this line going up to the top of Mount Everest, and it was colossal. I mean, it was like hundreds of people, and I'm like, golly. First, this guy's kayaking from California California, Hawaii, and people climbing up Mount Everest, and I'm doing good, just got out of bed, you know? So just to get through another day, and so a lot of times with songs, it'll spark, something like that will spark an idea, and I thought, well, I'm probably not the only one struggling to get through the day, and so this is called Another Day. This was never been recorded yet, so the reason I tell you that is because the chorus ties to the seas and to the mountains, and if you don't know that, then you're not going to know that. That's the other song in it. Alarm clock hits his brain like a bullet as he slams his fist to try to make it stop. And I try in vain to sleep for 10 more minutes, 'cause these days a dream of her is all he's got. But I just lay a little longer on his bed, and I'll try to find the strength to try again. These days his job just barely pays the rent, but he's put in far too many years to quit. You think maybe I could learn. How's it go, Kenny? Yeah, that's it. Maybe I could learn. Maybe I could do another job or something. Maybe I can learn another trade. Or maybe I could still join the Marines. Oh, maybe it ain't too late for me. Oh, some find it hard to climb a mountain or sail up on an angry ocean's waves. But some find the hardest part of living is just trying to make it through another day. Oh, she's loved him since the days that they were kids. And she can still recall their very first kiss. But these days he don't talk too much at all. It's almost like he's here, but yet he's gone. She'll think maybe it's just all his medicines. Oh, maybe I've just put on too much weight. Or maybe he just needs somebody new. Or maybe it's just all been a mistake. Or maybe I could pray a little more. Or maybe I could cry a little less. Or maybe I could keep a cleaner house. Then maybe he'd love me once again. Oh, some find it hard to climb a mountain or sail upon an angry ocean's waves. Some find the hardest part of living is just trying to make it through another day. Oh, sometimes the hardest part of living is just trying to make it through another day. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As promised, I'm going to get away from it.
Thank you. My mascara is almost all gone.
So, Linda, when I was preparing to do sandcastles, record sandcastles, I had all those sad songs in there, and my dad came by one day, and I was picking on this song. He said, "What you doing?" I said, I'm trying to write a funny song, but I'm failing miserably." He said, "Well, let me hear it." And I played it, and he bust out laughing. He said, "Oh, no, you got to write that one. You got to finish that one." It's, okay, I hope it is. It's kind of about, it's about subjectivity in relationship to religion, I guess. I don't know what it's about. I think it has a little bit hee-haw. Good morning, Lord. Thank you once again. 'Cause the way I carried on last night, I thought I would be dead. Yeah, I know I drank too much, Lord. I know that it wasn't right. So I'm gonna take it easy, Lord, when I go to drinking tonight. April, this one's for you, by the way. Well, Becky's coming over and I can't hardly wait. Says she's gonna wear her G-string if she wears anything. Well, I know I shouldn't be smiling, Lord. I know I shouldn't be wearing this grin. So starting tomorrow, Lord, I promise it ain't never gonna happen again. Well, good morning, Lord. Thank you once again. 'Cause the way we carried on last night, I thought we'd both be dead. Yeah, Becky says she's pregnant, Lord. I don't think that baby's mine. So I'm going to do the right thing, pack up my bags and move on down the line. Yeah, I'm going to do the right thing, Lord, pack up my bags and move on down the line. Everybody, here we go. That was for you, Dad. That, so, I almost put the wrong one on. Yeah, go ahead. You're going to be able to hear it from there. This is like a 10-minute song anyhow. I'll cut it down to 9 for you, though. Yeah. It's very surreal. I think about that all the time. When I first started playing open mics, I didn't play my first open mic till I was 50. I'm 61 now. I've got terrible social anxiety disorder. I've been agoraphobic for about 10 years, and I got sick. It's a long story, and I'll burn up all my time. And that's one of the lessons I learned. But when I come down here to play open mics, it'd just be me and my buddy Tom and Deb Summerfield, and Lee at the bar. And so it's surreal. And how about the job Joel and Angela have done, Tatiana, everybody? If you were here 10 years ago, and this is, I guess I should keep my mouth shut while I'm ahead, but because it makes it sound like it was a bad place. It wasn't a bad place. It's just infinitely better. I just put my foot deeper in my mouth. As long as Deb was here. And the other thing is it made me want to write more because I didn't want Deb to be the only. She said, well, he's just going to play the same songs. I'm not going to come anymore. Right? It's true. This is a song. This is a song about a black farming couple up in the Dallas area. They're on Corsicana, back in the Jim Crow era, 50s. A gentleman named Joe Willie Johnston and his wife Bessie Johnston, and his white, crooked white lawyer found out they had some land and tried to take it from them. And Bucky, this is not against lawyers, by the way. I have nothing against lawyers. This is just one of the bad ones. It wasn't a good one like you. And I'm not being sarcastic. You are a good one. And a great singer-songwriter. You may even been a great lawyer. I don't know. Marietta? Pretty good. What'd you say? Is it off? I thought you said it was sharp. Shark? No, he's not a shark. Oh, sharp, but. Joe Willie was a farmer around Corsicana way. Third grade educated, he raised cotton, corn, and hay. God-fearing man with a shotgun by his teeth. It was tooth for tooth, it was eye for an eye. Then up from Houston come a crooked lawyer man with his alligator boots and a briefcase in his hand. Said, Joe Willie, I wished it wasn't so, but I'm here to take your land, son. I'm afraid you got to go. Oh, Joe said, lawyer, I think it best you leave, for I'm about to shoot you, friend, and this you'd best believe. Joe Willie grabbed his shotgun and he stuck it up his nose. Said, I told you once, you son of a bitch, you'd best be moving on. That old lawyer, he is sneaky as he dusted off his suit. Had a pistol in his vest and another in his boot. He said, you win, Joe, as he walked to his Cadillac. And he pulled the Derringer and he aimed it at Joe's back. Well, just behind the screen door with a pistol in her hand, Joe Willie's wife, Bessie, stood there taking it all in. Before the lawyer pulled his trigger, Bessie fired first, and she slid her pistol back inside of her purse. Some say never happened, oh, some swear it did so. Some say that lawyer's living high down in Mexico. Well, it could be a legend, folk, that says I'm telling you. Joe Willie drives a Cadillac and wears alligator boots. Yeah, it could be a legend, folk, but this I know is true. Joe Willie drives a Cadillac, wears alligator boots. Thank y'all. Hey, tell that to my wife. Hey, you want to see cardio? Watch Grifters and Shields. John and Rebecca Stowe. Yeah. I get tired just watching John work out. My gosh. I got in a swap one night with him, and I keep calling him by his grandfather's possessed. But I was sitting. It was kind of cool, though, if you remember, John. I let you guys do all the. It was like rope-a-dope. Y'all just wear it, and I could be this. No, but not just two of the best and finest songwriters in the world, but two of the finest and smartest, beautiful people in the world. I'd say the same thing for Sam and Kim, but they're not here tonight.
Geez, Charles, how many layers you got?
I know. Well, I had to wear that jacket because my mom gave it to me last night. It's my dad's. I was thinking the other day, are any of y'all old enough to remember a movie called Bryant's Song?
Seriously, more sad?
Well, hey, you were asking for nursing home a while ago.
I love that one, though.
That's what I'm playing.
Well, yeah.
That's our last song of the night. That's the.
Hey, Charles, Mama said you could fix your sleep over here. No, I like it like that.
Well, Sarah Van Busker's here now, so I'm just gonna be like Sidney Brady when the camera light came on. I was like, I'll tell you a quick story about Sarah. So I saw Sarah Van Busker. If you want to hear a great singer-songwriter, Sarah Van Busker. No, and I'm not even lying. I know that sounds like I'm patronizing or what's the other word? John starts with a P. Pandering. She's truly one of the greatest songwriters in the world. I heard Sarah a year before I ever got the courage to play my first open mic. And I finally got the courage. I got to play in the last Concert Cafe, and I asked her, I said, Sarah, would you do a swap with me? And Sarah's so humble and beautiful, and she said, oh, well, yeah, Charles, I'd be glad to. So I wanted to impress her. I'm under pressure and everything else. And my dad, bless his heart, it was my birthday. You remember this show, Sarah? Yeah. Were you there? So Dad pitched in with some family members and bought me a really nice bluegrass banjo, and he pulled it off the rack. It was a Recording King. I still have it, but it had steel strings, and they had been on that banjo for months or years because they were all like black from finger grime and stuff. And they were sharp in places. And I felt them because I was going to play a song for my dad. And so I just parked it like I did this one. And Dad, you remember he kept saying, play one on banjo, son. Play one on banjo. And I said, Dad, I'm going to have to set it up. I got to change the string. Just play one. And Doc, you're going to appreciate this one. So I said, okay, Dad. I tuned it up the best I could. And at that time, I was playing a Stanley Brothers tune called I Am the Man Thomas. And if you go to YouTube, there's a version of me playing that down with Sargent. So that's what I chose to play. And I generally will close my eyes when I play. And there's a reason for that, because my mind will wander and I want to stay focused. I like to go back, if I can, to the place where I was at when I wrote the song. It's kind of like a diary, so to speak. I may not be there now, Buck. I don't know if that you guys are that way when y'all play, but I like to try to put myself there. And when I first started playing, I read that you're supposed to look people in the eye. And I said, okay, well, gosh, I'll look people in the eye. So I was playing at the last Concert Cafe, and my friend C4 Ibrahimi, who I'd met at open mic, she told me about the cafe. She was in front of me. So it's C4 on Facebook, CEEFOR, but it's the numbers, the letter C and the number 4. She's the 4th Sicilian succession, her mother, grandmother, great-grandmother. So I thought, well, I'll just look at C4 because I feel comfortable looking at C4. So I'm playing. I don't know what I was playing, probably Joe Willie, and I'm like, I'm like this, Linda. Joe Willie was a farmer around Corsicana, you know. And then, and I could tell she was feeling a little creeped out. And so the next swap, it's C4's turn to play. And she picks me out, and she's like, whatever. So no more of that. So, right. So when Sarah and I were playing, I've got my eyes closed. I learned that lesson not to do that no more. And but I was on warfarin at the time for my blood clotting. And if you've ever been on a blood thinner, anticoagulant, or blood thinner, a little cut can go a long way. You familiar with it, huh? Yeah, well, that's what happened to me. So I hit that string, that little D string, and man, oh man, I felt the pain, and I could hear the audience gasp, and oh my gosh. So, but I should have said this. My dad, he always wanted me to look slick. Like when my daughter Ashley started playing when she was 16, I found out she sang, so I wrote her a bunch of songs. And she bought my dad, bless his heart. I miss him so much. I better not start crying. He bought her cowgirl, like Del Evans stuff with it. And and Dad always wanted me to look slick. I probably like Porter Wagner if I did. And he did. So he said, now, son, don't put no damn bumper stickers on that banjo, you know. So he had said that. Do you remember that, Sarah? Dad saying that? He said, do not put no damn bumper stickers on it. He didn't like the bumper sticker. The reason I wear the bumper stickers, we were doing a benefit for a guy named Rourke. And we're going to arm wrestle. So what happened is I put that on there that night, and I went to peel it off. I said, well, hell, they're the only people in town that play me, you know? So that's the reason that's in there. And so anyhow, I hit that string, man. I heard everybody gasp, and I looked at my banjo, and it was just blood splatter all over the front of it. And so if you ever look at the back, it's over there, Kiss the Sun, the album. If you flip it into the back, you'll see the bloody banjo. Was it worth it? So, so anyhow, I was thinking about Bryant. Yeah, you say that now. All the way home. You talk too much. Right? Time it was, and what a time it was, a time of innocence, a time of confidences. Long ago it must be, I have a photograph. Preserve your memories. They're all that's left you. She opens up her eyes as she stares up from her bed, disappointed that the Lord hasn't taken her home yet. She'll dream of days gone by and she'll long for days to come, when she'll be with those she's lost, when she'll be with those she's loved. And Travis will say good morning. How are you, Miss Jones? With loving eyes, she'll say I'm fine, though she'd rather be alone. Say, here's your cup of coffee and here's your oatmeal. Doc will be in sometime today to ask you how you feel. She'll slide down to a wheelchair and she'll make it to the hall. Where Stanley be there sitting just a-talking to the wall. She'll pass Beatrice and Emily, old Thomas from the war. She'll try not to make eye contact as she hurries down the floor. For Beatrice is a crier. Emily has Alzheimer's, and Thomas, he'll go on for hours about Stalin and Hitler. She'll make it to the nurse's desk and they'll hand her 6 pills. She'll swallow them, for if she don't, they'll make sure that she will. She'll turn around a wheelchair and she'll head for the TV. Where Leonard will fill her in the day on all the murders and robberies. She'll search for Gail and Peggy, the only friends she's made. She'll remember Gail's in hospice now, and Peggy, she's long passed away. She'll head back to her room and she'll try to be alone. She'll cast her cares and she'll say her prayers to the walls and to the Lord. Travis will be back shortly. She'll take her to therapy. She'll dry her eyes and she'll fake a smile, still wishing she could leave. And she'll wake up in the morning, and she'll stare up from her bed, disappointed that the Lord hasn't taken her home yet. And she'll dream of days gone by, and she'll long for days to come. And she'll be with those she's lost, and she'll be with those she's loved. Thank you, guys. Okay, Linda, this is for you. We're going to be taking a break here in a second. I'll buy pizza. If anybody wants to buy pizza, I'll pay for it. I'm serious. More pizza means more beer. More beer means Joe. I might be able to bribe Joel and stay in a little bit longer. I'm going to quit talking so much. Why? I've been trying to figure it out myself. Huh? Okay. Well, this is based on a true story. But I'm gonna end up not getting to play all my songs if I don't shut my mouth. But this is about an MRI. I had an MRI. It's based on a true story. He said, son, this won't hurt one little bit. You'll be in and out in about 20 minutes. We're going to strap you down. We're going to slide you in. We'll see you on the other side. My friend, just do your best to do the best that you can. 2 minutes in and I begin to sweat. That's 2 minutes down to 18 more to get. And I'll be danged, I'll be damned. I go inside this thing again. So I settled down. I tried to settle in. Help me if you know it. I met Jesus in an MRI machine when I couldn't move and I couldn't hardly breathe. I thought I was a badass, turns out I was DC. Met Jesus in an MRI machine. Seven minutes in, my knees began to shake. My lips did quiver, my heart did palpitate. That was 7 down, 13 to go. They'd slide me out and I could hit the road and I could stay on this side of the pearly gates. Help me. Help me if you know it. And when I couldn't move and I couldn't hardly breathe, I thought I was a badass. I was terribly deceived. Met Jesus in an MRI machine. Well, I wish that I could say religion stuck, but as soon as they slid me out, the jig was up. You know, I had a drink, I snuck a peek, I said some words that I shouldn't speak, and I found myself right back where I had begun. Yep, they slid me out and I backslid, right back to my wickedness again. But the truth of the matter is I'm still alive. And if I'm ever in a bind again, I wouldn't hesitate to call my friend, see if he wouldn't come and bail me out one more time. Let's go to church. I met Jesus in an MRI machine when I couldn't move and I couldn't hardly breathe. I thought I was a badass, turns out I was DC. Met Jesus in an MRI machine. Yeah, I thought I was a badass, I was a great lady DC. Met Jesus in an MRI machine. Gay Booten, you know, Mother Teresa, and even Gandhi too. Oh, I'd be so proud of all the praying that I did do. I met Jesus an MRI machine. We're going to just a few more, and then we'll take us a good long pee break. That's only the second time I've ever heard that in my life. I thought Kenny had made that up. So that's a thing, breaking the seal. I was today years old when I found that out. Right? It makes sense, doesn't it? I'm going to play a song called "The Old Bartender." During the pandemic, my friend David McGillen, would send me via messenger some songs that he would write, and they were usually country songs. And it was in the middle of the pandemic. It was like in the early part of it, probably 2020 or 21 early. And I was not inspired. I don't know, John, how you guys were, Gabe, Buck, all the songwriters, Sarah. I couldn't write during the pandemic. Everything I wrote was just, I don't know. It's just I felt guilty. It's like all my pains and despairs paled in comparison to the note. So I just kind of went radio silent. But when David this one time David sent me something, I said, I need to look at this from a different perspective. And so I wanted to write a song, an old-timey, old school country song that David would like. And David was a bartender, and so I wanted to make it about a bartender. And I wanted to have some positivity to it. So this is called "The Old Bartender." It goes again to my friend David McGill. I think it's happy. The old bartender says, "Son, it's closing time. But I can't help but see it. Something's troubling your mind. You've been drinking all evening, yet you ain't spoke a word. Oh, you can let on me, son, there ain't much I ain't heard." Oh, the young man was hurting, it's plain to see. His trembling voice held a deep misery. He said, "Oh, sir, I'd like to, but you wouldn't understand. How much do I owe you? And I thank you, my old friend." Old man says, "Son, you don't owe me a dime. But I'd venture to guess to what's a trouble in your mind. You got a heart that's been broke and it can't seem to mend. Despite you crying, you're raging, and you're drowning in gin." The young man says, "Yes, sir," as he nodded his head. She says, "All that I live for, I'd be better off dead." He says, "Hell, son, I've been there too many times to count. And I ain't met a man yet that's got love figured out. Seems the bumps and the bruises are just a part of the deal. And a heart breaks, the one pain takes the longest to heal. But just like the seasons, even that too will change. And you're back in the saddle, grabbing hold of the reins. But now you best be leaving, I gotta shut this place down. But if you ever need to talk, son, well, you know where I'm found. Take care of yourself now, and I bid you farewell. But I'll leave you with these words, I've not known to fail. Son, you can't walk on water, you can't raise the dead, you can't hang your hat in a castle of sin. Only some clowns wear makeup, some devils wear suits. Sometimes the poor man's got the most to lose. Cast your bread on the waters and your cares to the wind. And someday you'll find love, my friend. Someday you'll find love again. his words still ring true. For you see, I was that young man, and now that young man is you. I got more years behind me than the ones left ahead. Still, I think every day what that bartender said. Here's what he said. Son, you can't walk on water, you can't raise the dead, you can't hang your hat in a castle of sand. Only some clowns wear makeup, some devils wear suits. Sometimes the poor man's got the most to lose. Cast your bread on the waters and your cares to the wind. Someday you'll find love, my friend. Someday you'll find love again. The old bartender says, son, it's closing time. Thank you. So, I'm going to try to rush. I want to squeeze a bunch more in before we run out of time. And I still got a whole nother set. So, I got to really hustle. So, I'm a big Coen Brothers fan, and I was watching the show called Barton Fink one night, and I was just mesmerized by any Coen Brother fans? I love Raising Arizona. Yes, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. I mean, Blood Simple. Gosh, what's the one? Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? Fargo. So, but I was mesmerized by Barton Fink, and I researched it, and I don't know if you guys know this, how that movie came. It's about a screenwriter who's got writer's block, and so he holds up in this Hollywood hotel, and I need to go back and watch it again. I've watched it twice, and I still don't understand it because, like stuff starts coming out of the wallpaper and things like that, and I can't figure it out if he's like psychotic or what's going on. But when I researched it, Loretta, the Coen Brothers had writer's block, and they said, well, why don't we just do a movie about a guy with writer's block? And I remember that, and this one night I had this line. I said, it's 3 a.m. Houston time. Here I am, guitar in hand. And I thought, I'm going to try to write a song about a songwriter with writer's block. And wrap it in a love song. So this is called Back to You. Well, it's 3 a.m. Houston time, and here I am, guitar in hand, trying to find some lines again that'll join up with this melody, unlock the cage and set me free, and take me far away to someplace new. But every line that I write down just takes me right back around to you. And now the sun's starting to come up, and the coffee ain't ever strong enough. So I'm searching for my cigarettes, the ones I hit last time I quit, the time I swore that time I was through. But every line that I write down just takes me right back around to you. And this is where the bridge will go, if I can find some words that seem to flow and maybe add a harmony or two. And I might play my guitar here, just add a little atmosphere, just something simple, tried and true. But every line that I write down just takes me right back around to you. now the sun's starting to go down, and the words I want ain't wanting to be found. So I'll throw it in my dresser drawer and maybe come back again for more when I ain't got better things to do. When every line that I write down don't take me right back around to you. When every line that I write down don't take me right back around to you. When every line that I write down don't take me right back around to you. Your presence is requested, Miss Burton. You want to do Still Gone first or the other one first? Still. Richard Ray, where are you sitting at, sir? This goes out to you. I can't believe I made it half the night and I haven't had a sip of alcohol.
All right. I can't believe I'm sitting here with a living legend. Shit. One of the best songwriters of our time. Right here.
Keep drinking.
I'm telling you.
Thank you, Ash. Thank you so much. This is a song I wrote. My dad, his best friend was his brother, Bill, my Uncle Bill. And Uncle Bill was a Korean War vet. And he was my best friend, too, if I want to be frank and honest with you, because Uncle Bill, we had very similar personalities. He loved baseball. And you would love Uncle Bill, Kenny. He would have the radio playing Astros and the game on the TV screen. And he's the one we don't have enough time to tell the story about the truck. Yeah. But when he died, man, my dad, his countenance never was the same after that. And just like with Evan's song, I wanted to write something to help him put into words, perhaps, that he was wanting to find and couldn't find. So this is a song I wrote for my dad, to my Uncle Bill. Richard, this is to you tonight, my friend. This is called Still Gone.
First song I fell in love with you with.
Oh, thank you.
Sitting right there.
Went to your grave and I laid down beside you and I brushed away the leaves from your name. And I talked about the old times and I talked about the new. And I talked about me, and I talked about you. Nothing changes, nothing ever does. The way that it is the way that it was. Still living in the same house, still drive the same truck. The nights are still cold and the days still long. And you're still gone. Well, I'd best be going now, for it's getting late. I gotta go mail some letters, got some bills to pay.
Don't we all?
But thank you for listening, my dear old friend. And good Lord willing, I'll see you again. How many of you know it? Nothing changes, nothing ever does. The way that it is the way that it was. I still live in the same house, I still drive the same truck. The nights are still cold and the days still long, and you're still gone. Nothing changes, nothing ever does. The way that it is the way that it was. I still live in the same house, I still drive the same old truck. The nights are still cold and the days still long, and you're still gone, and you're still gone. You're still gone. Thank you, Richard. Oh man, thank you for coming out tonight. I got to squeeze 15 more songs in 20. Y'all gonna have to bribe Joel. He's got to get up.
Pay you to stay late.
I said I hadn't played this in a bit either. This is a song. Deb, I know you like this one too, I remember. Sometimes you can trust these tuners and sometimes you can't. They're shifty. They'll
Sometimes
tell
you
you
feel
they're
like
in
a nut,
tune.
sometimes you don't.
Yeah, exactly. They'll tell you it's in tune, but they don't sound like it. You know what? I've left off my best story. You know that line I was telling you about Mount Everest? It reminded me back in the day when they had Foamer Night at the Astrodome. I was like 10 or 12, and the way that worked, on the last digit of the digital clock, if it was an even number and Astro hit a home run, it was nickel beer the rest of the night. And it'd be like grown man on Christmas Day.
It's Kenny Pipe's wet dream.
And God help you if you got in the way of those grown men. And Dad would be like, Chuck, watch our seats, watch our streets. But what that line reminded me of is the restroom at the Astrodome. That kind of, the troughs, yeah. We had cattle troughs. It was like gravity fed to like a hole. And every time I would pee, somebody would be next to me, and I couldn't pee. I'd be about ready to bust, and I'd have to wait. I'd have to wait for everybody to leave before I could pee. But I learned a lesson. You pee during the inning. You don't wait for the.
That's called performance anxiety.
Is my wife present? Okay, Kathy, this goes to you.
We'll tell her later.
Oh, it just don't make no sense. I can't get over this, no matter where I go or what I do. I try to run and hide. There ain't no place I can find, no place where I don't think of you. So I'm packing up my clothes and I'm heading down the road. I gotta try to give it one last try. Though I know damn good and well there ain't no place short of hell where I could ever go to get you off my mind. And every lonesome highway and every setting sun, till the day I die, you're the only one that I'll ever love. And I hope you'll understand, and I hope you will agree, it ain't you, it's only me. I've tried to meditate, and I've tried to medicate, but there ain't nothing I've found to set me free. And every lonesome highway, and every setting sun, until the day I die, you're the only one that I'll ever love. And every lonesome highway, every setting sun, until the day I die, you're the only one that I'll ever love. You're the only one that I'll ever love. You're the only one that I'll ever love. I love you, Kathy.
Thank you, Charles Bryant.
How
I
much
love you too,
time?
Kathy.
How much time we got, Joel? I got 15 songs, so just. Do you want to do a break and do we have time to do a set? You got to do a hard 11? A hard 11? Huh? Just keep going? Okay. So as long, if y'all see water in front of me, that's just a mirage. No, I don't want to press my luck. That's what I'm gonna start doing now that I know how to get to Joel. I'm gonna start wearing a catheter. Hey, Loretta, I may need help with you on this song. I found James Wilhott and I played this the other day. Remember that song called Give You? I'm going to try it, but I hadn't played this in a long, long, long time. Since James and I played it in 2014. You're going to have to help me. James makes that song badass. James what? James is beyond amazing. They need a new adjective for James. And ain't that right, Buck? Buck knows. The guitar ninja. Glenn named him that, right? Oh, thank you. So, I need to tell you about this real quick. I'm going to try not to labor these stories because I'm running out of time. I was in this Baywood Hospital, a psychiatric hospital in the 90s, and they lumped us all together if you had schizophrenia or bipolar or whatever you were, and you had a drug addiction. We all were lumped together, and they had a thing called a facilitator. And I really learned a lot. I really, truly did. I'm not trying. It was during the David Koresh era, because I remember watching all that go down while I was in the hospital. And I'll never forget this. He did like a skit, and he had one of us stand up, and he had the rest of us grab a rope. And he said, "Okay, name different things that you're dealing with." And like one would be shame. So one of us would get a rope and put it around him. He said, "Now take the slack out of the rope." And he goes, "What's another one?" He says, "Anger," another rope. Resentment, another rope. Pain, another rope. And by the end of the thing is 7 or 8 different ropes of things that this guy was fighting against. Now the facilitator in his wisdom, he says, "Now pull those things tight." And he goes, "Don't let him get away. I don't give a damn what he does. You do not let him get away." And it got violent. It was very cathartic for him, but he was he couldn't move. He was wailing, and it was very. For somebody with anxiety disorder, probably wasn't the best thing to be witnessing. But at the same time, I got the gist of it. And after he wore himself out, he said, "Okay, now stop, quit fighting." And he goes, "Y'all guys let the rope down," and everybody dropped. He says, "Do you see when you fight against those things, you can't go nowhere. You can't do it. You have to let go and let God." You know, it's like the number one thing of the AAs. You got to believe in it. And what really impressed me is you've got to give up. Kind of like you got to give you. Yeah. So that's where that comes from. How many bridges must you burn? How many hearts must you break? How many lessons must you learn? What's it gonna take before it's too late? When you got nowhere left to go, when you got nothing left to lose, when you got nothing left to give, How many years must go by? When will you awake? How many tears must you cry? What's it gonna take before it's too late? When you got nowhere left to go, when you got nothing left to lose, when you got nothing left to give, give you. When you got nowhere left to go, when you got nothing left to lose, when you got nothing left to give, when you got nothing left to give, when you got nothing left to give, hey, when you got nothing left to give, when you got nothing left to give. Give you. Thank you. Do I have any requests before I get cut off? We're gonna go out on It's About Love, so I gotta. Man, I haven't even played any banjo, have I? I'll tell you what. Let me play you. I'm gonna. If you. I gotta play this, and this is. I don't want to wear out my welcome either. Did any of you guys ever hear of a guy named Woody Guthrie? Has everybody heard of Woody Guthrie? Greg, you're going to have to cut her off here in a minute. I'm just kidding. So I started to say, anybody hear Bob Dylan? That'd be kind of stupid. But Bob Dylan's first song is called Song to Woody. And the tune that he used for that is from a song called Massacre 1913. I had to look because sometimes I say 1913 Massacre. It's about, this is a true story that took place in 1913, and Woody wrote about it. And if you said, Charles, what's you've got one song, only one song is the epitome of all songs. It's this song right here. It's by the great Woody Guthrie. Take a trip with me in 1913. Calumet, Michigan, in the copper country. I'll take you to a place called Italian Hall. And the miners are having their big Christmas ball. I'll take you in a door and up by the stairs. Singing and dancing is hard everywhere. I'll let you shake hands with the people you see, and watch the kids dance around the big Christmas tree. Oh, you ask about work and you ask about pay. They tell you they make less than $1 a day, working their copper claim, risking their lives. So it's fun to spend Christmas with children and wives. Oh, there's talking and dancing and songs in the air, and the spirit of Christmas is there everywhere. Before you know it, you're friends with us all, and you're dancing around and around in the hall. Well, little girl sits down by the Christmas tree lights, play the piano, so you got to keep quiet. To hear all this fun, you'd not realize that the copper boss thug men are milling outside. Copper boss thugs stuck their heads in the door. One of them yelled and he screamed, "There's a fire." The lady, she hollered, "There's no such a thing. Keep on with your party, there's no such a thing." A few people rushed, there's only a few. It's just the thugs and the scabs fooling you. Man grabbed his daughter and he carried her down, but the thugs held the door and he could not get out. And then others followed, 100 or more. Most everybody remained on the floor. The gun thugs, they laughed at their murderous joke, and the children are smothered on the stairs by the door. Such a terrible sight I never did see. They carried our children back up to their tree. Scabs outside still laughed at their spree, and the children that died was 73. Piano played a slow funeral tune, and the town was lit up by a cold Christmas moon. The parents, they cried, and the miners, they moaned. Oh, see what your greed for money has done. I'm gonna play Kill 'Em All, then I'll fuse banjo. Let's do 3 more. We'll do Kill 'Em All, Towns, and then It's About Love. What? What's wrong?
Well, I have to get another beer.
Am I in trouble?